Hello, hello. Welcome to today's live English lesson here on the Speak English with Vanessa YouTube channel. I'm so glad that you're here today to learn English, to enjoy English, and also to participate because this is a live lesson. If you are here with me live, feel free to write comments in the chat box. I'll try to give you some feedback. I'm going to be reading a lot of your sentences during this lesson. And if you're not watching live, if you're watching the replay, no problem. You can also enjoy this lesson. You can write a comment in the comment box below, and I'll try my best as well to take a look at your comments and give you some feedback as well. Today, we're going to be talking about an interesting phrasal verb, warm up. Warm up. We're going to be talking about the basic way to use this, and then we're going to be talking about the advanced way to use this. So get ready, prepare your mind. We're going to be using this phrasal verb, and I hope that by the end of today's lesson, you'll be able to use this and understand it when other people use it as well. So if you're here with me live, I want to say thank you. Thanks for joining me, Gabrielle in El Salvador. Thank you for coming. Thanks for coming from Russia, Tanapek in Thailand. Hello. Federica in Italy. Hello. Glad that you're here. Giselle in Brazil. Ahmed in Egypt. Wow. International group. You guys are awesome. If you are new here, let me quickly introduce myself. Hi, I'm Vanessa, and I teach English here on the internet, on YouTube, on Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. EST. That's the New York time zone. So if you would like to come to the next live lesson, it will be Tuesday or Thursday at 9 a.m. in the morning. If you would like a notification or a notice about any time changes for the live lessons, the best way to do that is to just get my emails. I send a notification through email if there's a time change. Last week, there were a couple time changes because I was traveling. So if you would like to get those emails and also free email lessons, the one step you have to do is just to read my free ebook, 5 Steps to Becoming a Confident English Speaker. I hope that this free ebook will help you, and also the free email lessons. All of this together is hopefully a win-win situation. You can enjoy both of these and you can join the live lessons, or you can subscribe to the channel and come at the same time each week. So today we're going to be talking about the phrasal verb warm up. I have a question for you. First of all, what do you think this means? And I'm going to ask you a deeper question about it. Let's finish this sentence. I'm going to write a sentence and I want to see if you can finish it. Are you ready? Here's my sentence for the day. I'll write it on this notebook. It is because it's spring right now in the US, in the spring, the weather. How can we finish this sentence? How can we finish this sentence? In the spring, the weather, what's the most natural, clear way? In the winter, the weather's cold, snowy, depending on where you're from, of course, but in the spring, now it's actually raining, but this is still true because in the spring, oh, Cardo's got it. Yes, in the spring, the weather warms up. Ooh, lovely, lovely. Yes, in the spring, the weather warms up. And for me, I feel like almost like a new person when spring comes, because in the winter, you've been cold, your muscles feel kind of tight, and then in the spring, you can relax and take it easy. So here we have the first use of our phrasal verb. Beautiful use of it. A lot of you are writing the correct answer. Great work. Yes, in the spring, the weather warms up. So let's use this phrasal verb, warms up, in a couple different ways. How can you use warm up? When the weather warms up, what do you do? What do you do? So you could say, when the weather warms up, I like to go for a walk. When the weather warms up, I like to open the windows. When the weather warms up, I like to wear short sleeves instead of a big coat. What do you like to do when the weather warms up? So I challenge you to make a full sentence using this expression. If you write just the answer, it's useful, but you need to repeat the phrasal verb as much as possible. Great. Yes, a lot of you are saying this. Yoon says, when the weather warms up, I like to take a cold shower. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Moise says, in the winter, the weather doesn't warm up. Very true. Amit says, when the weather warms up, I feel more comfortable. Great. Gabriele says, when the weather warms up, I like to eat ice cream. Great idea. When the weather warms up, I'll take a walk in the forest. Takahiro, great idea. Calming, relaxing, great for warm weather. A lot of you are talking about going outside. I'd like to spend more time in the garden, go to the swimming pool. When the weather warms up, I'd like to do some outdoor activities. Me too. I think I feel more motivated to go outside because it's warm. Now it's raining, but in the US, maybe other parts of the world, we have a proverb. And the proverb says, April showers bring May flowers. Right now it's April and a shower is rain. April showers bring May flowers. So in May, there will be beautiful flowers because it's raining now. So it's a good way to feel more comfortable with the rain. So this is our first use of warm up, talking about the weather. Are you ready to take this to the next level? We're going to use this in an advanced way. So let's imagine this concept. The weather's warming up. You're feeling more comfortable, feeling more at ease. A lot of you wrote this, that when the weather warms up, I feel more comfortable. So what is something that's a little more figurative that we can feel comfortable with? Let me write another sentence here, and I want to see if you can guess what this means. Let's say my oldest cat is starting to warm up to my youngest cats. All right, so we have a sentence here about my cats. I have 3 cats. I have an old cat. He's almost 17 years old. And I have 2 younger cats who are about 2 or 3 years old. Here we have our phrasal verb, and we're going to add just a little bit here. My oldest cat is starting to warm up to my youngest cat. What do you think that this means? We're using the same phrasal verb. Imagine this same idea. The weather warms up. I want to go outside. When the weather warms up, I can open the windows. So what about with cats? Or we can use this also with people, with ideas in a lot of different ways. What do you think that this means? We have some great ideas to play together, to get used to each other. Oh, I like that one. Yes. So here, be friendly. Ooh, that's a good way to do it. My oldest cat is starting to warm up to my youngest cat. Yes, this means he's starting to get comfortable, or get friendly. So we can imagine it's a similar idea. When the weather warms up, you get more comfortable. You feel more comfortable. So we can use this in this more figurative sense that my cat is warming up to my other cat. We can use this for people as well. Let's say that you go on a date and maybe let's say that you go on a date with a guy and the guy's okay, but it's not love at first sight. You could say, maybe I will warm up to him later. Meaning, at the moment, you don't feel so comfortable, but maybe later you will get used to spending time with him. Maybe later when you learn more about him, it will become better. So you will warm up to someone. So I want to see if you can use this in this figurative sense, getting more comfortable with it. I see here wonderful sentences. Someone says, Ali says, my wife is starting to warm up to my family. We have a lot of verbs here. So let's make sure that we're using all of these verbs. How about I'll use another color? Make sure we use all these verbs in the correct way. So we have is starting with an ing, to warm up to. Whew. So this is a fixed part of our sentence. Let's make sure it stays together. When Ali says, my wife is starting to warm up to my family. At the beginning, she wasn't so comfortable with my family, but now she's starting to feel more comfortable, starting to feel like they're part of her family as well. Oh, we have a great sentence. Day by day, I'm warming up to Vanessa. So you're starting to feel more and more comfortable. Excellent. I hope so. Oh, Takahiro has a great sentence. I'm starting to warm up to the new work environment. Great. So we can substitute, I'm starting to get used to my new work environment. Both of those mean the same thing, but if you want to use today's phrasal verb, expand your vocabulary, we can use warm up. I'm starting to warm up to my new work environment. I'm starting to warm up to my new job. I'm starting to warm up to my new friend. Oh, great sentence. I'm starting to warm up to my new neighbors. So maybe at the beginning, you didn't really know about them. You didn't really care about them. But now you're starting to warm up to your neighbors. Excellent. Gabriella says, I'm starting to warm up to college life. This is a great way to use it. We're talking about a figurative sense here. We're not talking about the weather physically getting warmer. You're talking about your mind becoming more comfortable. So at the beginning, college life was not so comfortable for you, but you're starting to warm up to college life. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. Let's see if there are any final sentences here we can talk about. Oh, we have a great one. I hope someone can warm up my cold heart. So in this situation, it means that you feel worried about making friends or finding someone to love, and you hope that someone will break that barrier and warm up your heart. It's not physically cold, but figuratively. Figuratively. Juan says, I'm starting to warm up to my coworkers. Great, great. So I think we used this a little bit previously in this way, but we can also use this to talk about an idea. So let's say, for example, your wife says, hey, for summer vacation, I really want to go to the mountains. And you were thinking, oh, I'd really like to go to the beach. And you have a different opinion. So she tries to convince you to go to the mountains. She tells you about beautiful sunsets and fresh air in the trees and seeing some wild animals. And you say, oh, I'm starting to warm up to that idea. We often say that idea following this expression. I'm going to write this final sentence. I'm starting to warm up to that idea. I'm starting to warm up to that idea. So here we have our phrasal verb +2. I'm starting to warm up to that idea. It's a good idea. It's maybe not my favorite so far, but I'm feeling more and more comfortable with it. I'm starting to warm up to it. We have a great question. Padma asks, what's the meaning of warm up before starting an exercise? So today we've talked about the weather warming up, kind of mentally or figuratively warming up to someone or to an idea. And with exercise, here we're talking about your muscles becoming comfortable. I need to warm up before I start running, hurt myself. So we're talking about getting your muscles ready to exercise. This is connected to the other meanings, but I think today our main meanings for warm up are more closely related. So you could say, I need to warm up before I exercise. I need to warm up before I play basketball. Otherwise, I might hurt my shoulder. I need to warm up. Or we could say, I'm warming up to the idea that I need to warm up before I play basketball. You're getting comfortable, more and more comfortable with this idea. So are you ready to say a full sentence all together using warm up? I've seen a lot of amazing sentences so far in today's live lesson. So I know you guys can listen carefully to this sentence. This is a little dictation practice. Can you write the sentence exactly the way I say it? I'm not going to write it down. I want to see if you can write it in the chat box. We're going to repeat it all together. If you're in Indonesia, Brazil, Egypt, Thailand, Russia, doesn't matter. We're going to say it all together, all around the world. Are you ready? We're going to use the sentence with warm up. Warm up. Okay. I'm warming up to the idea of speaking English. I'm warming up to the idea of speaking English. I'm warming up to the idea of speaking English. So can you write this sentence in the chat box and say it out loud? We're going to say it slowly so that you can pronounce each sound. I want you to imitate my mouth, exercise those speaking muscles, and we're going to say it together. Slowly first. I'm warming up to the idea of speaking English. Make sure that your lips are together when mine are together. They're out when mine are out. They're up when mine are up. Let's imitate this together. I'm warming up to the idea of speaking English. Loudly, I'm warming up to the idea of speaking English. Yes, it's becoming more comfortable to you. And I hope that you can say this sentence out loud and use it. And hopefully with repetition, you'll be able to use this phrasal verb correctly, and also the idea of feeling comfortable about speaking English. You're warming up to the idea of speaking English. Thank you everyone for writing this sentence, for saying it out loud. I hope that you got some beautiful practice today with English. And if you are thinking, Vanessa, it can't be the end of our lesson already. What? Well, I have good news. I will be back on Tuesday at 9 a.m. EST. That's the New York time zone. We'll have another live lesson. If you have any suggestions for things that you would like to talk about, expressions or ideas, feel free to write them in the comments. I always take a look at suggestions because I want to do something that's useful for you, something that would really be helpful for the people, you, who are participating. So feel free to give any suggestions in the comments, and I'll see you again on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time over the weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, for the next 5 days. How can you study English? What can you do to warm up to the idea of speaking English? Well, you can follow 5 steps for becoming a confident English speaker. These 5 steps this means I've put them together in an ebook that you can download. You can print it out, put it on the wall, put it in your kitchen, put it under your pillow, and dream about English. This free ebook is my gift to you to help you know what's the next step. I've included a lot of links, a lot of resources, my personal story about learning language successfully and also not so successfully, different situations, and I think for you, you'll be able to follow those same ideas and know what's the next best step for you. So the best way to get this, to read this ebook, to get the free information and also my emails is to download it with the link below this video or on the screen at the end. It's my pleasure to help you with English. Keep up the good work. I hope you're warming up to the idea of speaking English, and I'll see you again on Tuesday. Bye, everyone. See you later.